Egypt, the gift of the Nile, is utilizing technology to create a new valley for the historic River Nile, the longest river in the world. A permanent storage reservoir in Toshka will secure a stable freshwater supply for irrigation and drinking, turning a scorched landscape into lush, neatly tended vegetable plots. The Egyptian Western Desert near the Sudanese border, northwest of Abu Simbel historic city, will bloom. The Toshka project involves excavating Sheikh Zayed Canal to carry about 380 billion cubic feet of water every year from Lake Nasser to the Toshka Depression southwest of Aswan. This will eventually create a new valley to the River Nile in the western desert of Egypt. The 3 miles long intake channel conveys water from Lake Nasser to the suction basin of the pumping station. The Toshka project infrastructure includes the main pumping station, also known as Mubarak Pumping Station, Sheikh Zayed Canal, water production wells and artificial charging, and wind and sandstorm breakers. The Toshka region is located southwest of Aswan, about 600 miles south of Cairo. Total excavation work of 3,100 million cubic feet, 7 times that needed for Aswan High Dam, was needed for constructing Sheikh Zayed Canal. Sheikh Zayed Canal is the heart and soul of the Toshka project. It is a new canal conveying the excess water of Lake Nasser that is pumped into it through a giant pumping station that elevates the water about 175 feet. The water then flows through the canal to reclaim and irrigate 561,000 new acres in the western desert of Egypt. The maximum designed water depth in the canal is 20 feet. The bed width is 100 feet with a longitudinal slope of 6.67 inches per mile. The side slopes of the canal are 2:1, horizontal to vertical, and the width at its top is 200 feet. Sheikh Zayed Canal is the main canal of the project, having a length of 44 miles that branches into 4 sub-canals with a total length of 160 miles. But the Toshka project is not a mere irrigation or agricultural project. While 95% of Egypt's land is desert, the Toshka project will create new communities and expand the Egyptian habitation land from 5% to 25% of Egypt's area. The Toshka Depression is a natural depression in the Toshka region with an average diameter of 14 miles and a storage capacity of 1,665 billion cubic feet. After excavation to the required section, an 8-inch thick layer of stabilized soil or compacted sand-cement mixture is placed. Before pouring the top 8 inches of padding concrete layer onto that sub-base, over 200 million square feet of 0.04 inches thick polyethylene sheets are placed on top of the sub-base stabilized soil layer to completely cover and seal it. While the evaporation from the canal is estimated to be 0.7%, its cross-section is being lined with dense concrete to prevent any water leakage. The bottom segment of the canal padding is manually lined using mechanical concrete mixers, pumps, and vibrators for concrete pouring and placement. Under extremely unfavorable weather conditions, with temperatures exceeding 110 degrees Fahrenheit, the usual operating rates of concrete padding exceeded 430 longitudinal feet per day. When completely finished, Sheikh Zayed Canal is expected to have utilized over 40 million cubic feet of concrete. Quality assurance and quality control procedures guarantee that code requirements, technical specifications, proper work practices, and safety measures are rigorously followed in all engineering works. Padding machines were used to pad the sloping sides and a short horizontal part at both the berm and the bed levels. Two huge aggregate excavating and processing systems were constructed, and with the addition of two other concrete batching plant systems, the concrete production rate reached 86,000 cubic feet per hour, which provided 20 million cubic feet per month concrete placing. Each batching plant has its own cooling system that guarantees a 45-degree Fahrenheit temperature for cooling concrete, even in extremely hot weather. Batching plants are located at 3-mile intervals, and 8 mixing units produce over 37,000 cubic feet per day. Special chemical additives are incorporated into the water used for mixing and curing concrete to keep its temperature at 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Water required for concrete work and preliminary experimental irrigation of newly reclaimed areas was supplied through the available groundwater stored in the local aquifer. Along the main canal, 5 productive wells were constructed to irrigate about 740 acres. However, to fully utilize the available groundwater, another 200 wells are being dug to serve an area of about 29,600 acres. The Toshka project begins with the main pumping station, also known as Mubarak Pumping Station, located on the left bank, the west bank of Lake Nasser. It delivers 12,000 cubic feet per second into Sheikh Zayed Canal. The 20-story high reinforced concrete pumping station is 462 feet long, 132 feet wide, and 231 feet high. It is located as an island in the center of the suction basin. The lower 8 stories, 165 feet high of its height, will be permanently submerged underwater. Mubarak multi-stage pumping station is one of the world's largest, designed to have a maximum static head of 175 feet, which guarantees its operation when the water level in Lake Nasser reaches its lowest level of storage, which is 445 feet. "24 pumps, 12 each side, each with a discharge capacity of 600 cubic feet per second, are housed inside the pumping station. "24 discharge concrete ducts that are 9 feet wide and 8 feet high deliver the water from the pumps to the Sheikh Zayed Canal via the discharge basin. The station will be fed with 11 kilovolt electrical power through a transmission line from a substation constructed close to the 11 kilovolt switchgear building that is linked to the electric power double 220 kilovolt line from Aswan High Dam with a length of 160 miles. There are two annex buildings housing the 11 kilovolt switchgear and the diesel generators that are providing power to the pump station. 3 workshops are housed there also: an electrical workshop with laboratory, a mechanical workshop, and an automotive workshop. Water retained upstream of the high dam that was completed in 1970 created Lake Nasser. Lake Nasser is a ribbon-like lake 360 miles long and ranges in width between 7 and 20 miles. It is the largest man-made freshwater lake in the world and the world's third largest reservoir, with an area of 1,550 square miles and total storage capacity of 5.97 trillion cubic feet. Lake Nasser reached full storage capacity for the first time in 1981. The 3 miles long intake channel conveys water from Lake Nasser to the suction basin of the pumping station. 1 mile of the channel is dry excavation, with volume excavation equals 187 million cubic feet. The remaining 2 miles are wet excavation, with volume of excavation equals 196 million cubic feet. The wet excavation is done using 3 gigantic dredgers, the world's largest, at 200 feet arm length for excavation underwater. Sandstorms can be dangerous in the Sahara Desert. Wind and sandstorm breakers comprising 2 rows of kaya and poinciana trees are being planted on each side of the main canal as well as its 4 branches to protect them from the wind and the sandstorms that ravage this region throughout the year. The first fruits of the promising success of the Toshka project can be witnessed in many locations where the volume and density of the green color of vegetables, fruits and flowers extend for almost 60 acres, wholly cultivated in an area previously thought of only as barren, uncultivatable desert.